Hey guys, and welcome back to Bad Luck Garage. I know you guys haven't heard much from me lately, but that's because I've just kind of been driving the truck, enjoying it. Kind of decided to take a break from trying to figure out all the issues for a while. The truck's perfectly drivable the way it is. It just cuts out if I'm in boost for more than, a few seconds, but driving around it does great. So for the last couple weeks, I've just been kind of driving around and enjoying it. So now that I've had a little break from getting aggravated with all the issues with the truck, thanks to one of you, I'm going to try to fix it again. Here's the deal. When all this first started with the throttle body, one of you actually reached out to me and offered to send me a new throttle body. I told that person not to bother because, I was going to the junkyard and I was going to try to find a new throttle body. Well, that was kind of naive of me because, of course, the junkyard was picked clean. I couldn't find another drive-by-wire throttle body. I found one drive-by-cable throttle body, but it had been taken out of it. It looked like somebody had hit it with a damn hammer. So I kind of just put off messing with it for a while. Like I said, the truck's driving great, guys. Like part throttle, cruising around, it's doing wonderful. We still have the throttle body flutter issue, that I was having before. I think some of you guys may have missed that in the last video where we were actually messing with the truck. But yeah, guys, it's not a tune issue as far as I know. I actually sent the tune to another guy that, I'm assuming he's a professional tuner from the way he talks. He said he's tuned, hundreds of these drive-by-wire turbo setups. But he looked through the tune. He suggested some changes. I made the changes. It didn't really help. I mean, we're still having the same issue. I can see on my scan where the throttle is fluttering, the throttle position sensor, even though my foot is at 100%, the throttle body is going up and down, and then it triggers the reduced engine power mode. Okay, so that's what's going on. It's not in the tune. It's a mechanical issue. I don't know if another throttle body is going to fix it, but looks like we're going to find out because one of you guys, another one of you guys actually offered to send me a throttle body earlier this week, and since I couldn't find one at the junkyard a couple weeks ago, I was like, sure, go ahead. And I checked my P.O. box yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is. So we're gonna go ahead and open this and check it out. Holy crap, man. Well, you were making sure that this didn't get damaged. Yeah, this was definitely packaged well. Yep. And sure enough, looks like that's what we got. Another drive-by-wire throttle body. This is from Chris. So, Chris, thank you. If you're the person who I think you are, leave a comment below because, I tell you what, shoot me an email, send me your shirt size and your address in case I can't read this one because I just had to cut through it. And I'm going to send you a Bad Luck Garage shirt, man, for sending me this because I really appreciate this. So here's what we're going to do, guys. Here in just a minute, I'm going to go ahead and put this on and, we'll do a test run and see if we get the same flutter issue that we're getting from the throttle body that's currently on there. Now, if this does not fix the issue, just swap into this other throttle body. I'm not giving up yet because John actually had an idea. What he's wanting to do is, if this does not fix it, he's wanting to drill these rivets out. And now that we got two throttle bodies, it's a feasible idea. I didn't want to try to modify the throttle body that's on it if I didn't have another one because, like I said, I can drive it now. It runs and drives great. So I didn't want to, risk having it down. But since we now have a spare throttle body, if I put this on, it doesn't fix it. We're going to drill these rivets out, take this apart, and see if maybe there's some way to put a little more tension on the spring. Like, clock the spring around a couple more times to put a little more tension on it. Something else that you guys recommended is going in here and making sure that the throttle body is opening at 90% and that it's not over opening or under opening, because as the air comes in, if the throttle body isn't at exactly 90%, if it's up or down slightly, then the air, you know, coming across it could be what's causing it to flutter and set off that code. So, you know, I've been listening to you guys. This is all stuff that we're going to check out, but the first step is we're going to get these throttle bodies switched out and just make a run with it just the way it is and see if just the new throttle body itself fixes the problem. Now, for those of you who picked up on it, yes, I just asked Chris to send me his shirt size and his address. The reason for that is we now have Bad Luck Garage shirts that are available for purchase. If you follow Bad Luck Garage on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, you already know this. We actually started selling the shirts, I think about 3 weeks ago. The reason I haven't done a video and, you know, or said anything about it in the videos is, you know, I don't want to be one of these YouTube channels who's just spamming my videos, you know, to sell merchandise. You know, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to make a living off, you know, off selling shirts on YouTube. The only reason I actually decided to finally, you know, get a site where I could sell these shirts is because several of you have asked about it. And what's really funny is even though I haven't said anything about the shirts in the videos, we've already sold quite a few shirts. Now, I am using Teespring for the shirts. I've heard mixed reviews on Teespring. I've heard good, I've heard bad. Those of you who've already bought shirts, if you don't mind, if you could comment on this video and let me know, because I'm curious. I know these are printed by order. I believe they print like every 3 days, and it says, you know, to expect up to 14 days for delivery if you order a shirt. But I'm really curious how long it took you to get your shirts. I personally have not ordered one. What I did is, since I kept getting emails here and there for people asking if we were going to sell Bad Luck Garage shirts, I don't have the capital to just go out and you know, have a bunch of shirts printed out and have them available so when you order them I could ship them. So this was the best way I could see to, you know, to where for months now, every time you guys sent me an email or commented and asked about the shirts, because I mean, you see us wearing shirts that say Bad Luck Garage. So every time you guys have sent an email about it, you know, my response has always been, you know, it's coming, it's coming. These shirts here, you know, it's just simple shirts. We actually made these ourselves in John's basement. It just wasn't feasible for us to try to make these ourselves to sell, though. It's kind of time consuming the way we were doing it. And honestly, I wanted a product that, you know, was a little more colorful, a little more professional looking than what we're wearing. So that being said, yes, again, the shirts are available now. I've went over the last couple weeks, I've went back and started adding the link to our merchandise site on lots and lots of the videos, mainly the newer ones that people are really watching. So from here on out, if you look in the bottom of the description, you'll see where it says our merchandise or Bad Luck Garage merchandise. There's a link you can click on. We have men's shirts, hoodies, women's shirts. I even put coffee mugs in there just because I thought it'd be funny. But I'm not going to spam every video asking you guys to buy these. I'm not even asking you guys to buy them right now. But if you're one of the people that was asking about having the t-shirts available, they are available. So if you do want to buy one, go click on it. Check them out. I've actually got them priced way below what Teespring recommends because, again, I'm not trying to make a living off this. I'm not going to spam you guys every video asking you to buy them. I just wanted to make sure that if you guys want them, they are there and they are available for purchase. If you do decide to buy one, let me know how long it takes you to get them because I want to make sure that you guys are happy with them and everything. So anyway, back to the truck. Just some conversation while we're doing this. Back to what I was saying about the shirts. The ones that are on the site, they actually have an updated logo. Like the logo that you see on this shirt, you know, it's kind of squared off and stuff. Well, what we did is me and John and his wife actually went back in and, you know, we were just trying to kind of make the logo look more professional. So we rounded off the lettering and did some other stuff. And the shirts on the website are actually multicolor. So instead of just being like a, you know, like a basic print like this, the skull's actually filled in colors, and you know, it's got the little YouTube logo next to it. You'll see, guys, if you go on there. Also, like I said, Teespring, it's actually a pretty expensive place to get your shirts made, and that's because there's no overhead, so they charge you out the butt per shirt to make them. Because of that, you're kind of limited on how cheap you can sell them. So what I did, I wanted to make sure everything was affordable for you guys that did want the shirts, that you just like the logo, or you know, whatever, for whatever reason it was you guys were wanting these shirts. You just wanted to represent, or you know, you just like the logo, whatever. So what I did is I made a double-sided shirt, which, you know, means a shirt that's got the logo printed on both sides. It's got like a little pocket print logo, kind of like you see on mine, but then on the back side it's got a huge full back logo. You know, those are supposed to be, I think, $24.99 is what Teespring wants us to sell them for. Since I'm not worried about making a bunch of money on them, I've actually got the price on the double prints down to I think it's $19.99 or maybe $21.99. I don't even remember, guys, to be honest, but I do know that after looking at it, I was like, you know, that's still a lot of money for a t-shirt in my eyes. I mean, I'm cheap, so I decided to go back for the guys that just wanted the front print. I made those too, and they were cheaper to make, so I was able to put them on there for, I believe, $16.99. So if you want a cheaper shirt, you know, you still want a Bad Luck Garage shirt, but you don't want to pay $20 for it, you know, you can get the one that's just printed on the front, and you know, it's only like $16-17. So all right, guys, I'm done talking about shirts now. And try to get this dang throttle body off. If you guys watched that last video that I did on how to make a boost leak tester, now I didn't put the whole, you know, obviously I didn't just put it on, air it up, take it right back off and dump it. I actually spent a little time out here going over everything, and I didn't find any boost leaks on the cold side, guys. So you guys know from when we put everything back together, I had found a couple leaks on the hot side, you know, pre-turbo, and we addressed those several videos back. But yeah, so there's no boost leaks. So the guy who checked out my tune the other day, I appreciate it. I believe his name was Mike. He emailed me 2 or 3 times, and he was kind of going over some stuff in my tune. Most of it, you know, we agreed that I already had it set right. There were a couple things he wanted me to try. It didn't really change anything as far as the issue I'm having, but I just wanted to publicly thank him for taking the time to go over my tune and try to help me out. I really do appreciate that, Mike. And he also was able to give me some suggestions on things like you know, some transmission settings, which, other than shift firmness, things like that, I've never really, in case you guys are wondering, my piping is kind of getting in my way here for getting this last bolt out, so that's why I'm fumbling around. But anyway, I've never really messed with anything on the transmission side of the tune, other than, you know, shift firmness, line pressure, and, you know, the timing of the shifts, as far as, you know, what RPM, what mile per hour, what throttle percentage, you know, stuff like that. I've never really messed with torque converter lockup settings or anything like that. So you know, he kind of brought some stuff up, and, you know, in terms of those things that I was like, huh, you know, like I'd never really thought about the whole power transfer during the shift with torque converter locked up and stuff like that. So again, thanks for helping me out, Mike. Even though it didn't really help this issue, you know, you showed me a lot of stuff about the transmission tuning side that's going to help me out in the future. If it's going to help me out in the future, then, you know, if you guys stick around, it's going to help you out in the future too, because I try to trickle down what I learn. So we'll just go ahead and plug him in, bolt him up, go for a little test ride. You know, I almost bought some stainless hardware, like button head bolts to put my throttle body on a while back when I was buying a bunch of other stainless hardware. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm glad I didn't, because having these studs on here, it is real easy to just kind of set the throttle body on. You don't have to hold it while you're trying to, you know, put a bolt or two in. So if any of you guys are thinking about like upgrading to bolts instead of studs and nuts to put your throttle body on, my opinion is I wouldn't do it. All right, guys, we are scanning, and the new throttle body's hooked up, so we're just gonna go try to do a couple test pulls. It is hot today, guys. It's in the mid 90s right now, so you can probably see I'm sweating like crazy. Got my vent windows turned backwards for that C10 air conditioning. Like I was saying earlier, guys, I mean, this thing drives good. You know, aside from the issue with the boost throwing it into reduced power mode, I mean, it drives like a baby, man. I mean, it's smooth. I got the park throttle pretty much tuned in, and then I went ahead and I turned I turned closed loop back on. So that's probably why I mean, my AFRs are staying spot on, like 14.5 to 14.7, 14.8. I mean, they're right there in that range when I'm cruising. So from that perspective, everything's doing what it should be doing, and you know, it's a driver, guys, so that's what I want, you know. I think what I'm gonna do is, I mean, it's what is it? It's almost 6 o'clock on a Saturday, so I think I'm gonna play it safe and go out on the interstate here and do some second gear pulls on the interstate. That way I'm not breaking the speed limit, or at least not breaking it by much. We'll try to play by the rules on this one. Try to do a roll on in second gear from about 2,000 RPMs and just kind of see what happens. Well, it looks like it's going to be about 25. That was really weird. I was only getting about 5 pounds of boost there. It also didn't seem like it wanted to shift. Like, I actually let out at the top of second gear, because according to my odometer tach here, I was pushing about 6,300 RPMs, so it should have already shifted. Of course, as soon as I let out, it shifted, but I don't know why it was only pushing 5 pounds of boost. Try it again. I was definitely in the red on that shift point. problem might be fixed. What are we doing?
We're going to check out black marks.
You want to see my black marks?
Yes.
Oh shit, can you guys see those? All the way down, all the way down. I'm gonna let out right here before I hit all this rough stuff here. I did good, baby.
You did good.
Did I leave good marks?
Yes.
There you go, guys, for everybody that was saying, hey, do a burnout video. Well, it wasn't much of a video because there was nobody filming behind me. I mean, John was behind me, but they didn't know what I was doing, so they didn't pull their cameras out. But yeah, it does good burnouts, even with those. Yeah, that was with the 325 50 15 drag radials on it too. So maybe I'll throw some street tires on it so I can do rolling 70-mile-an-hour burnouts, since apparently everybody thinks that's cool now. Guys, so there you have it. I'm not sure if the problem's like absolutely fixed, but when I look at my data logs, I'm not seeing the throttle body flutter anymore. So maybe it was just the throttle body. I can say this, usually when it occurred, like it would not let me wind out second gear. Well, the first run you seen me do on the interstate, that went from 40 to, I'm just going to say not quite triple digits, because I do have friends in law enforcement that watch my videos. Normally during a pull like that, the throttle body would start to flutter. My TPS on that log was flat 100% until I let out. So that's a good sign. The rolling burnout, wait, I'm sorry. Accidental rolling burnout, I don't think it would have let me stay in it that long. I wasn't data logging on that run, but I don't think it would have let me stay in it that long without cutting the throttle if I would have been getting that flutter. The weird thing is, it seems like every time we fix one thing, we have another issue to worry about. So I was actually talking on some Facebook pages a couple days ago about another issue I was having where I wasn't able to get full boost in first gear. I currently put a 7.25 pound spring in, which is, you know, a half bar spring. After doing that, it was weird because during first gear, it doesn't matter how long I'm in boost in first gear, it would only go to 5 pounds of boost. I mean, it would just hang there. And then as soon as it shifted into second gear, it would shoot up to 7 pounds. I mean, it just, I didn't understand it. But after talking to some turbo guys, they said that it might be an issue where there just wasn't enough load because, you know, I'm geared so low and everything. Maybe there just wasn't enough load in first gear for the turbo to spool up all the way. I don't know. Anyway, it's worse now. Now that we've replaced the throttle body and the throttle body issue seems to be fixed, I'm not getting above 5 pounds in first or second gear, and I don't understand what's causing that. We know we don't have any boost leaks, so if you guys got ideas on that, let me know. I currently do not have the boost controller hooked up, so I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow, it's pretty late right now, it's like 9 o'clock. So I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to hook the boost controller back up and try to ramp it up a little bit, see if I can get a little more boost. The issue with that is, I mean, I should be able to hit at least 7 pounds of boost on a 7-pound spring, so really not sure. But I'm really happy with the fact that I'm able to go wide open throttle now without triggering limp mode. You know, I got limited runs today, guys, because once I pulled into the parking lot at the cruise in, I hung out there a little longer than I should have. Wife texted me, I had to come home, cook out on the grill, but as long as it's not raining tomorrow, I do plan on taking the truck back out, doing some more pulls and verifying that the throttle body issue is in fact fixed, and hopefully we can get the, you know, the low boost issue figured out. One more time, I want to thank Chris for sending me the throttle body. You saved my ass, buddy. Like I said earlier in the video, please email me your info, your shirt size. If you want to click on the link and check the shirts out, you can even, you know, tell me if you want a special color or something that's listed there. And anyway, just let me know. I'm going to send you one of those shirts out. You saved me a bunch of hassle. You saved me a bunch of money for sure, and I really appreciate it. I also want to thank everybody else who tried to help me with this issue. There were a ton of comments. You know, I'm not a very big channel. Most of my videos only get about 20, 30 comments. And I think I had like 130 comments on that, on the video, you know, where this issue was first exposed, just from people trying to help. So I really appreciate it, guys. You know, over the last few weeks, I haven't really made a video, and I've been kind of going over some of the advice you guys gave me. Great having you guys help me out, you know, when I get in a bind. Again, I'm new to this whole turbo thing, so, you know, I don't know everything. I try to research as much as I can, but sometimes all it takes is one of you guys reaching out and saying, hey, try this, and boom, the issue's fixed. Like I said, it's getting late. I want to edit this video and get it up for you. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it if you know somebody else that might be interested in the channel, and I'll see you next time here on Bad Luck Garage.